What's up? Happy Super Bowl Sunday. I am Farzine Vasugian. Welcome into the pregame live chat. It's the final pregame live chat of the year. How sad is that? Makes me very sad. It's the last one we'll have all year, but that's okay. That means we're in the Super Bowl. When you know for sure it's the last one of the year, that means you're in the Super Bowl. So here it is. Final game of the season. Chiefs, Eagles. How many hours away are we from kickoff? We're about under 7.5 hours. 7.5 very, very long hours. It'll be a while, but we'll get through it together. So you guys are coming in. Appreciate you guys. Happy Sunday to all of you. Let's chat it up. I want to know how you're feeling waking up this morning. What's on your mind? How you're feeling? Good? Nervous? Excited? Let's talk. Let's chat it up here. I feel good. Maybe that's a bad thing. Maybe it's a good thing. I don't know. I'm excited, of course, with a lot of people talking about the three-peat and everything going on there. Your fave white boy 0_ says, yes, sir. The first comment we got is from your favorite white boy. From Joplin. Shout out to Joplin. K-Famous says he's nervous. He or she, I apologize, I can't see your picture very well. Yeah, I mean, that's okay. That's what happens when you're on the big stage. Kita Bear says three-peat loading. Yeah, just one more win, and that three-peat is complete. This is exciting, man. It really is. Curb Shocker says LFG three-peat, baby. LFG. Let's go. Yes, hell yeah. I'll switch over to Facebook and YouTube. Good morning. Kevin is calm and cool. Yeah, until game time. That's how it works. Shay says, let's go Chiefs here from Idaho. Shout out to Idaho. You know, I was looking at Jared Allen's Wikipedia, just kind of doing a search at his backstory and everything, because he just made the Hall of Fame. And I keep forgetting, I know he was drafted in the 4th round as a long snapper, but I keep forgetting he came from Idaho State. And I'm like, you know what? I need to, who's gone to Idaho State to play professional football? There have been some guys. In fact, the Chiefs drafted somebody from Idaho State many years ago, before Jared Allen. But Jared Allen's the most recent draft selection from Idaho State. So I just thought of that because you mentioned Idaho. So ball security, as Key Lewis says, yes. Both the Eagles and the Chiefs have done a really good job with ball security, especially in the playoffs. So that is certainly going to be a key in this one. Yeah, absolutely. Lucky Leariano, I hope I said your name right, said go Birds. It's okay. We all have our guilty pleasures. Currently at church, I would say pray for a win, but I don't think the higher ups answer those kinds of prayers. I think there are much more serious matters to address. Oh, you're in the parking lot. Okay, well, that's okay. I remember John Lynch once got lit up for liking a tweet while he was at Mass. It's like, well, that's not a good thing. Daniel says couldn't sleep. Yeah, that's normal. I was up for a bit. I've been switching with a lot of talk radio stations, just trying to hear all the commentary. See, here's the thing. A lot of people keep saying that the Eagles have the better team, and I don't primarily agree with that. And then they follow it up by saying, but it's the Chiefs. And I don't agree with the fact that the Eagles are the quote-unquote better team. I just don't agree with that. I mean, sure, the Eagles, I guess, have had flashier moments this year than the Chiefs. And I've said before, Saquon Barkley, I've been saying this for a long time, he's the best player in the NFL. He should have won the MVP, in my opinion. I ended up winning Offensive Player of the Year instead. They gave MVP to Josh Allen and first email pro to Lamar. But my whole thing is this. It's like Saquon, in my opinion, of the two teams, is the best player. He's had the best season this year of any of the players participating in tonight's Super Bowl. But after Saquon Barkley, I think if you're doing a top 20 ranking list like I did, I mean, it's followed up by a lot of Chiefs here. And don't get me wrong, Philly has a lot of great players, especially on that offensive line. But I think they rely on Saquon too much. So unless Saquon's going off for big runs every other touch that he gets, they're going to have to get other guys involved. And that's not good news for Jalen Hurts, because when you look at Jalen Hurts, and I'll put the stat up here for you guys because this is pretty important when it comes to pressure, and the Eagles can't just pass forever or run forever and ever. They got to mix it up a little bit here. Look at this. Jalen Hurts, after being one of the best when facing a blitz last year, he is arguably the worst quarterback when it comes to facing a blitz. So that that to me is going to be the difference maker today. So if the Chiefs have a chance to go out there and get after the quarterback, especially if they can force third and long situations, that I think is going to be something that Kansas City has to take advantage here, because Jalen Hurts just hasn't done a good job when facing a blitz. So that to me, and on the other side of it too, Kansas City has allowed open receivers on third and long situations when they do send the blitz. So that's something Kansas City, if they're going to send the blitz, which they will, that entire process has to work to perfection. You can't waste opportunities on third and long if you're the Chiefs defense. Where can you get this hat? The one that I have? I've seen it in several stores. I got this one at Rally House. So shout out to Rally House. Yeah, they have a lot of things there. I'm seeing a lot of good morning comments on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Good morning to all of you. Appreciate you guys. Let me switch over to Instagram. Vern MCF says, I believe we are going to dominate this game on a fast start. 34-22 Chiefs win. By the way, I want to know your guys' score prediction, because I'm going 34-24 Kansas City. I think Patrick Mahomes just has all the weapons in his arsenal. This is honestly the deepest group of wide receivers the Chiefs have had since having Tyreek Hill and Sammy Watkins together. Obviously, the Chiefs went to 2 straight Super Bowls with those guys there. Since then, obviously, the wide receivers haven't been the same depth-wise. I mean, a couple of years ago, you had Kadarius Toney, Sky Moore, Marquez Valdes-Scantling, and Juju as your wide receivers in that Super Bowl against the Eagles. Juju came back to the Chiefs, but he's more of a depth player now, whereas you have Hollywood Brown, who has been playing well in the 4 games he's been a part of. DeAndre Hopkins, I would definitely expect a bigger game from him. And then you've got guys like Xavier Worthy, who's grown so much this year. Justin Watson, who's a good depth player. Juju, who's come through in a couple of games this year, especially a couple of weeks ago in the AFC title game. So I would expect the wide receivers to play better. Travis Kelce, one of the most decorated pass catchers of all time in NFL postseason history. Noah Gray has grown a lot as a number 2 tight end. The running backs, Kareem Hunt's played really well, helped provide a boost for the offense. You have the speed with Pacheco, Pirine, who's a good pass catcher coming out of the backfield. I just feel like this is the deepest offense the Chiefs have had to work with going into a Super Bowl. You're just getting out of church. Yeah, some of you guys going into church, getting out of church. Good stuff. Everyone's doing all kinds of things on their Sunday morning. So I appreciate you guys. Yeah, if you guys are driving and listening to me, definitely don't look at your phones, please. But I appreciate you guys all. If you're not home and you're out and about making this part of your morning, that I greatly appreciate. So thank you guys. Yeah, I agree, Robert. I think there are a lot of Eagles fans kind of sleeping on the Chiefs and what they're capable of. No, I'm not in NOLA. No. Hell no. Someone was asking the other day if I'll ever go to a Super Bowl media week, because I guess they give credentials to almost everyone. I mean, there are some people complaining that they got denied when there were some clowns out there asking stupid questions, but I don't know. It's not something that's on the forefront of my priority list or goals. Never say never. Could happen someday down the road in the future. We need our D-line to eat. Yeah, the D-line's got to have a big game. I mean, obviously, this is the final game of the year, so it's a very cliche thing to say, but I just feel like they're going to be facing the best offensive line they've faced all year. I mean, they've got what, 4 All-Pros when you consider not just the AP All-Pro, but other All-Pro from other media outlets like Pro Football Writers of America. They've just got a lot of great players across the board on that offensive line. And even though they're all good, especially run blocking, Jalen Hurts still does struggle against a blitz. So I'm curious to see how that works. Do you? Hope I say your name right. Vamos el Tri Campeonato. My Spanish is not good, but I'm guessing that's got something to do with the three-peat. I like it, though. Good stuff. Yeah, I want to know your guys' score prediction. 27-20, 31-27, 24-27, 34-31, 31-28. Okay, 34-30. Nigel says Jones gets a sack. That would be his first Super Bowl sack, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see what people on Instagram are saying. I don't think they stop the run, but they'll limit him. They're not going to let him go off. I mean, Spags is going to have this defense ready. And getting off to a good start would be important. Oddly enough, like I heard them talk about, what's the best on talk radio, that is, what's the best defense. I think in this game, for both teams, a great offense might be the best defense. If you're the Eagles, the goal is to control time of possession in this one. Do not let Patrick Mahomes get on the field. Keep him on the sidelines as much as you can for as long as you can. And if you're the Chiefs, if you get off to a hot start and you don't waste any opportunities and score often, very often, then you got a good chance to force Philly to abandon the run game. Because if you're up 2-3 scores, as great as Barkley is, you might have to abandon the run game if you're the Eagles. So I'm really curious to see how that goes. You have your D-Hop jersey on, Demetrio. By the way, if I'm saying any of you guys' names incorrectly, I do apologize. Listen, if it makes you guys feel better, my name gets mispronounced all the time. The Chiefs D-Hop jersey, I'm guessing it's custom made because I cannot find any of them. My mom is a huge Kareem Hunt fan. She was like heartbroken when Kareem Hunt got cut the first time, and she was thrilled when they brought him back. I have tried to look for a 29 Kareem Hunt jersey. Nowhere has it. Absolutely nowhere. Like a part of me hopes that, because I was trying to buy one and surprise one for her for Christmas. Couldn't do it because it doesn't exist. I really hope Kareem Hunt has like an incredible game and goes off and gets Super Bowl MVP. Because I'm predicting Patrick gets the MVP. But I want it to be Kareem Hunt. That's who I want. And then they'll have to make Kareem Hunt Super Bowl jerseys. You cannot not do that. Because I don't see his jersey anywhere. Yeah, Gage, no Patrick Mahomes interception madness. He's done it. Listen, ever since the Chiefs got DeAndre Hopkins, Patrick Mahomes' interception numbers have dropped drastically. I think a lot of people are forgetting about that. Because at the beginning of the season, everyone's like, oh, the Chiefs are skating by. Mahomes is getting carried. He keeps turning the ball over. And those same people haven't really said much about Patrick Mahomes and his ability to take care of the football. And ever since Hopkins came to Kansas City, I think Patrick Mahomes has only thrown, what was it? 3, maybe 4 picks. Patrick Mahomes has really done a good job of taking care of the football. So I think a lot of people are kind of sleeping on that with Kansas City. This postseason, only one turnover, and that was a fumble on Mahomes. So, and I think that was in the exchange between him and Pacheco, I believe it was. So I like I like what they've been doing offensively, and having Hollywood back, that helps a lot more. Because that's the crazy thing. I mean, as great as Philadelphia's defense is, a very sound defense all across the board, you have to prepare for a lot of speed across Kansas City's pass catching group with Travis Kelce. As old as he is, I mean, he's still going out there making plays. Xavier Worthy, of course, he's not just a vertical threat. This guy can do all kinds of things for you. Hopkins, of course, I mean, don't need to get into why Hollywood with his speed. I'm excited to see what Kansas City is going to do with this group of wide receivers here. That's why I think Patrick Mahomes is going to utilize a lot of those guys, and Philly just kind of has to be ready for everything. Here's something to keep in mind for Kansas City. And I know a lot of you guys have brought this up before, and so have I, about Andy Reid holding back and not putting everything out there on the table. Greg Russo, the defensive end for the Bills, you know what he said? He said that there were things that Chiefs did in this game that they were not ready for. they did not study for, because it was not on game film for the Bills to prepare for, because the Chiefs had not run that. One good example is that 4th and inches play where Patrick Mahomes had that design run. That's not a play the Chiefs ran all year. The last time they had a design run for Patrick Mahomes was Super Bowl 58. So almost a year ago this time. So Kansas City does a lot of things that they'll mix it up and they'll do something completely brand new to throw off the opposing defense. So expect some of that in this game. And when you have all that speed across the board with Worthy, Juju, Hollywood, that's going to help a lot. That is going to help a lot for your receivers there. And then that'll create one-on-one situations with guys like Travis Kelce and DeAndre Hopkins. And don't forget about Samaje Perine. I would not be surprised if him or Kareem Hunt get involved quite a lot in the passing game. Hunt with a long run to seal the game and pulls a Jerick McKinnon. That would be epic. Dude, how poetic would that be? Jerick McKinnon goes with the slide at the 1 or the 2 yard line, and then Hunt does it again. I mean, McKinnon didn't seal the game per se, but that's I mean, I get your point though, Daniel. Like, that's just that would be crazy to do it against the Eagles again, because the Eagles were trying to let McKinnon score. They wanted the ball with some time. So yeah, my score prediction: 34-24 Kansas City. I'm picking Patrick Mahomes as my MVP. I'm hoping it's Kareem Hunt though. I really would like for it to be Kareem Hunt. I like his story. Everything he's been able to do, prove that he's better than before, not just on the field, but off the field. I know on the field, not the same he once was, but still has it when a lot of people doubted him, staying on the shelf. The video clip I saw, he was literally training, I think at a high school gym, not even a gym, just like the hallways of a high school with one of his old coaches. So he stayed in shape because he knew he was going to get a call. Nobody knew it was going to be Kansas City. Nobody. I mean, I don't even think the Chiefs were ready for it. And I know the circumstances certainly played a factor with all the injuries. And I said it at the time. I said, look, would this not be a time to bring back Kareem Hunt, see if he's put in the work to be better? And the Chiefs certainly felt that. So, yeah, I mean, I called for it, but I was still pretty shocked that that it happened. It's certainly one of the surprising stories in Chiefs history for sure. Kareem Hunt is the reason the Chiefs will three-peat. Honestly, like, again, his numbers have not been staggeringly impressive or anything, but that little jolt he provides in 3rd and short situations, 2nd and short situations, that's what's helped the most. And I think without Kareem Hunt, the Chiefs would have probably lost a game or two before the Bills game. K Famous on Instagram says, what if we went on a blocked field goal again? Dude, the internet will fucking break into pieces if that happens. I hope that happens. I mean, part of me kind of wants a controversial call because we know how people get crazy over that. But if it was a blocked field goal, yeah. How do I pronounce it? My name? It's Farzin Vasugian. I appreciate you asking that. Prindia1 on Instagram says, how about Buckner? I think you meant to say Butker. Yeah, Butker, listen, he has made some big game-winning field goals. AFC Championship against the Bengals, Super Bowl 57 against the Eagles. Not a game winner, but last year in the Super Bowl to tie it, send it into overtime. And he did have the longest field goal in Super Bowl history. Actually took it away from Jake Moody. Jake Moody broke the record for longest field goal, and then Butker got it like 20 minutes later. So, yeah, Butker certainly is a key factor in this one as well. He's been part of he joined the Chiefs the same year Patrick Mahomes joined the Chiefs, joined a little later. But yeah, he's been a big part of Kansas City's success for sure. He's had a lot of game-winning field goals. And Patrick Mahomes' first game, actually, I don't know if a lot of people remember this. That was when, the Chiefs put in the backups. Patrick Mahomes played a great game. They pulled him out of the game. Tyler Bray goes in, and he commits all these turnovers, and the Broncos tied the game. So they pulled Tyler Bray out and put Patrick Mahomes back in. And Patrick Mahomes led the team on a great game-winning drive, set them up with a game-winning field goal. So that's John says, let's not let it get down to a field goal. If you're trailing and you need to tie it, that's where I'm nervous. If it's tied, not as nervous, because it's like, okay, I mean, if you miss, at least you don't lose, hopefully, in that moment. But Butker has never missed a field goal in the fourth quarter. 11 of 11. And I know people are like, oh, you jinxed him. You guys really think the Chiefs are below that kind of black magic? Come on. They've got black magic on their side, according to everybody out there. So, and by the way, what about Nico Remigio? This is a player that we don't really talk about much, but he had a 63-yard kick return to open up the divisional round against the Texans. And then he had a 41-yard punt return against the Bills. That translated into a very quick touchdown drive for the Chiefs against the Bills in the AFC title game. So that's one of those things right there where it's just like you've got to get everybody involved. Got to get everybody involved. Juliana says, can't believe the refs let us get Hunt and D-Hop during the same season. Yeah. The referees totally did it. I love when people like cry about this stuff, and I put together a post, and I'm like, oh, I can't believe the refs let the Chiefs block the field goal, or the refs, made the Bengals commit pass interference. Like, you guys really just blame, not you guys, but listen, every fan base does it. I mean, referees are bad. I've been saying for a long time, and I'll call out bad calls from referees or missed calls by the referees. Everyone deals with it. It's just people think it only works 100% in one team's favor if they win a lot, which, listen, man, great teams just find a way to overcome that shit. Officiating has been bad for a long time. Roger Goodell will never admit it. No, David Stern, when he was the commissioner of the NBA, he would never acknowledge bad officiating. He always just praised them. That's just what commissioners do. Yeah, Rhonda, I know that option's there. Just a little pricier. Mary says, who's the ref today? It's Ron Torbert. I'll show you who it is. Because somebody a year ago decided to create this meme, I guess, if you will, and they chose this referee. That referee is the referee for the Super Bowl today. I mean, obviously this is Photoshop, but still, that's the ref. I'm sure the person who created this is like, oh shit. Like, surely the NFL is like, you know what? Let's just troll everybody. Ogle says, who watched the NFL countdown? Randy Moss is back. Yeah, Randy Moss. I did not see that, but I'm happy to hear that. I don't know what his situation is, because I heard he's coming back. I don't know if there was a health update on what he's dealing with, but the fact that he's back is awesome. It really is. I mean, it's a sad thing. Obviously, people in that in the health industry, they're still trying to find answers for that kind of thing, and it's not easy. So to hear Randy Moss is back, awesome. That was one of the biggest stories in the NFL this season, him stepping away, and the tributes that we saw from some people in the NFL, especially the Vikings and the Patriots, who Randy Moss had significant careers with. Yeah, man. Like, I'm just, I'm at a loss of words just thinking about it. I still remember that moment. And this is really hard to say without getting emotional, man. I was there when Eric Berry came back for his first game at Arrowhead, not including the preseason. You have Chiefs players getting introduced one by one, and they saved Eric Berry for last. And even Broncos fans in attendance, they were clapping and cheering. That was one of the best moments I have ever witnessed at Arrowhead. That, the 10-year anniversary of 9/11, the 4-year anniversary of 9/11. There have been some special moments, seeing one of the banner drops as well, and a couple of other moments here and there. But man, it's there are always these good moments, and Randy Moss coming back today to talk to his crew for the Super Bowl. That's good. I saw Alex Smith's post. He was pretty excited to have Randy Moss back, so that's awesome. I feel as long as the defense can get pressure on Hurts, we should be able to pull away in this game. You're not wrong, Yaquan. I think what you've got to do is limit Barkley. If you can do better than limit him, which I'm not going to dismiss completely, but I will say that's possible, you've got a really good chance to force them to go pass heavy. And that's not going to be easy if you're the Eagles, because they're 32nd, in pass attempts, 31st in passing. So, yeah, and I just put up the numbers earlier. Jalen Hurts does not do very well under pressure, especially facing a blitz. Mahomes left-handed passes. Let's not. I mean, I know he's done it before, but let's I would prefer we don't do that on a big stage here. You want to do it on a Monday Night Football in the regular season? Sure. 4KJ says we are on the verge of history. Hell yeah, man. Let's do it. By the way, for those of you who are watching live, I'm going to put the YouTube link on here because I would really appreciate if you guys subscribed to the YouTube channel, because we don't have a lot of followers on there, and that is one I started using more this year, which is why it doesn't have as many followers. It's fairly new. We started from scratch. I had it last year, but I never did anything with it, so I started it up this season, and the numbers have gone up. They really have, especially this postseason. So we still need, a more number of subscribers so we can get some opportunities and grow more. It would really help out a lot. So if you guys haven't done so already, please subscribe to the Chief Zone on YouTube. I know on Facebook I just commented with that link there. On Instagram, can I comment on Instagram? Let me see. There it is. It lets me comment at the same time for Facebook and YouTube, but I have to go separately for Instagram. So if you guys haven't done so already, please subscribe to the YouTube channel for the Chiefs Zone podcast. Final score prediction, I'm going 34-24 Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes is my MVP. Eagles are one-dimensional offense. That's what I was saying, Tan Ranger 24. That's what I was saying, and a lot of Eagles fans got worked up about it. A lot of Eagles fans got worked up. What's up, Nets World? I remember you from last night on the live stream. I'm so nervous, but we got this. We're winning. Yeah, I agree. The Chiefs are going to win this game. It's okay to be nervous. That's what happens when you're on a big stage. That's how it all works out sometimes. So yeah, please subscribe to the podcast on YouTube if you haven't done so already. I know I've said this so many times this week, but the numbers for the podcast and the social media content, all-time high, not even remotely close to past seasons. This is by far the biggest year we've ever had. Everything is more than double and triple. That's how insane the numbers have been. So thank you guys. You're awesome. I can't thank you guys enough. I'm going to get out of here. I know you guys probably have some things to do, setting up for your Super Bowl get-togethers, your parties. So I'm going to let you all get out of here and enjoy the last, 6 hours, 7 hours before kickoff. And yeah, let's go and get this win. Final game of the season. Reminder, halftime live stream. We'll do a halftime live stream. We got to be quick because I want to see the halftime show. I know you guys do as well. And then post game, we will do the Chiefs Zone podcast live. I will have a link for you guys to call in after the game. Just got to click the link, put in your name, turn on your audio, your video. We'll chat it up after the game and have some fun afterwards, hopefully with a win. That would make it a lot more fun. I'm Farzin Vasugian. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to get out of here. Go enjoy your Super Bowl Sunday. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out.